Guys, it is such a beautiful day here at the Swanson house. It's my day off, and I'm drinking one of my home brews from my first brew that I made since, I don't know, college in 10 years. I'm almost out of this stuff though, so I need to make some more today. I want to bring you guys inside that process and show you why I'm teaching my 8-year-old son how to make beer. And it's not because I need him to make it for me. I don't need him to do that yet. When I'm old and decrepit and can't move, I will need that service. But for right now, what I need to teach my son is actually something completely different, and in my opinion, much more important than the art of making beer. So I want to take you inside our day and then tell you sort of why I'm doing this ridiculous beer training lesson with my boy. Look at you. Oh, your ear is perpetually floppy. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. Hi, Foof. Get down. Jack is like, someone touch me. Oh, someone touch me. Hi, buddy. How are you? Okay, you big old fatty boy? All right. Are you ready, son?
Yeah.
Are you ready to make some beer?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to come over here. You're going to tell everybody what ingredients we got today. What have we got here today? Show us what all these ingredients are. Read these for us.
These are strain Stelias.
What are they?
Strain Stelias?
Styrian Celeria.
Okay.
All right.
Your supplies.
What are these?
Salty stuff?
These are like sugar candies. I'll let you try one of these.
Sugar pieces?
Yeah, this beer...
Rocks made of sugar.
Yep, this beer is actually a higher alcohol beer, so we're going to put more sugar in there. Now, what happens to the sugar when we put it in the fermenting bucket?
The yeast turns it into alcohol.
And?
Sugar? Oh, carbon?
Carbon, that's right. The yeast turns it into alcohol and carbon. That's exactly right. So today we're going to use the dried malt extract. We're also going to, we got some steeping grains with this one, which is fantastic. We're going to steep those. And then we got a ton of sugar, both in the dry malt extract and in the sugar rocks. That should kick this thing up to the next level. And then there's even some of this extra light DME. So, okay, time to get cooking. And I've been doing really summery beers all summer long, and so I've done a Hefeweizen and another Hefeweizen, and this one is actually different. This one is a Belgian triple style. This one's called the Diamondback. So I've been trying to get into like the all grain stuff where you actually mash grain and make your own wort. But I've been using this DME stuff today, dried malt extract, because they didn't have the conversion for the grain for this recipe. So, and the guy there didn't know it. So this right here is my Digiboil, like all-in-one, mash tun and boiler for my wort. So I used this with my last recipe. It worked really well. This thing comes with its own deal for the grain that actually sets up top here when it's time to like drain the grain out. But this is a DME recipe, so we don't actually have a ton of grain to actually mash. So, all right, Silas is now getting a banana. Okay, take your time. Take your time, bro. Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. All right, first thing is I want you to add 3 gallons of water in here. You figured it out. I'm proud of you. I have more hope that you'll live a full life now. All right, I need you to take this. Now, this is going to be for our steeping grains. And the last time I did... Hey! Don't you bite that, Ellie. She tried to bite it. Okay, so hold this up there so she doesn't bite it. We're going to pour our grain into here. Don't put your hand down in there yet. Okay, just hold it open like that. Good. Don't spread it more than you need to. Just hold it open like that. All right? I want you to hold on to it nice and tight because I'm going to dump this in there, okay?
It's
hold it up. Lift it
up.
up. Lift it up.
It's powdering up.
Let everybody see. It is powdering up. Whoa!
That's a weird smell.
That's a weird smell? All right, don't grab it. Don't grab it because you're going to make stuff fall out of it. See every time you touch it?
That feels weird.
I know.
Ugh, got powder all over my hands.
Okay, we steeped our grain for 30 minutes in here, son. Are you ready to look inside and see how it is? You ready? Oh my gosh, I just spilled water all over there. Look at that. How does it smell? Does it smell wonderful? It smells like the best thing ever? Wow, look at that beautiful color. Oh my goodness. we're going to put in our dry malt extract right here. And what does that taste like?
Disgustingness. Delicious.
Are you looking for the right answer? Do you remember this stuff is the sweet stuff, that sticky sweet stuff?
That was stuff that was disgusting.
You thought that stuff was disgusting because you sure tried to eat a lot of it. For something you thought was disgusting. So this is filled now with sugar, right? The grain has starches in it, and that starch has now been converted into sugar in our dry malt extract. And this recipe actually uses these sugar candies here.
But
So
we'll leave some sugar in there, right?
yeah.
Good.
And then we got 3 stages of hops too, buddy. Styrian Celerier. All right, well, we've still got a little bit of work to do here for the brewing, but I do want to take you guys inside my humidor that I've been working on over here. So I got this hooked up, gosh, a long time ago, and I've done a few vlogs about it. And check it out. I had this issue with the humidity. Like, the humidity kept climbing like crazy. It was getting up to 72%, even 73% at some times. And so with these cooler doors, this thing is actually a wine fridge. So condenser motor, I can't plug it in. I just have lights that I put inside of it. And I was trying to figure out how to get that humidity down. That's one of the big issues. And I had to unplug my Oasis, my cigar Oasis in the bottom. So now it's basically a shoebox filled with water inside. But check it out. It's already gotten down to about 68% in here. That gives me exactly the humidity that I want. And all I had to do was unplug the electrified motor that's spun all the humidity all over the place. So it seems to have reached a better equilibrium now. And who knows, since I've got the thing so completely dialed in, I might even have a cigar today with my beer that my wife's going to let me have.
Well, your stomach is not up for that.
My stomach is not up for that? You know whose stomach's not up for it? Your stomach.
Well, yeah, because I'm a kid.
You are a kid. Come here, boy. I will destroy you.
I like this job a lot better than stirring.
You like the job better than stirring? All right, let's start pouring. I'm actually going to raise the temperature.
I need to sanitize my hands again.
No, you don't. Just start pouring. Good job. I'm hoping we got enough in there because literally my hand is half DME now. All right, very good. And
what does DME mean?
DME, dried malt extract.
Wait, did you grab it?
This is all of the sugar is in this that the yeast is going to use to turn into alcohol. All right,
you could give me...
slowly. Okay, take one out of there. Okay, there you go. Now let's go to one there. These are candy rocks. Don't let them splash. Go down. Wait. Don't let them splash like that. Dear God, that's hot.
I'll just grab it.
No, just put it down in there close to the water and then do it that way. Ow. Okay, there we go.
Do you like the smell?
Hops. The hops is what makes it beer. So what I want you to do is describe these. These are Styrian Celerier. Okay.
Let's look at the hops.
What do hops smell like?
Flowers.
No, I'm not going to smell that.
Right? Don't they smell like flowers?
Yes, they do.
I'm never going to smell that.
Yeah, that's that. So hops are what an IPA tastes like, right? Because it's supposed to be very, very hoppy, but we're just going to dump these in here. You going to do it?
Yeah.
You don't even like them. Let me stir this because it really is foaming a lot. They're little hop pebbles. All right, did you get everything out of there?
Yeah.
Good. So I got my boil going here and left to go take my wife to get her car, which was a dumb idea. I should have been here stirring this the entire time because it actually boiled over, which is crazy because only like half of this thing is filled with actual wort. So now I gotta clean up an entire mess. But as my old college brewing buddy and I would say, if you don't screw something up while you're boiling, then it's not gonna go right anyway. So you gotta screw up something while you're boiling or while you're making beer in order for the beer to come out okay, I guess. Are you ready, Thanos? Destroyer of worlds. You ready to go?
Yep.
All right. We got one more big chemical change we're going to make right now, or at least a state change at the very least. How hot is it inside of our electronic kettle here?
It's 206 degrees.
That's exactly right. It's 206 degrees. Now, our bucket, which is just totally sterilized now, right? What do we sterilize when we make beer? How much of our equipment? How much of our equipment do we sterilize? All the equipment. So the inside of this is sterilized now. Now, what's inside of here?
Ice.
Ice. And is the ice 206 degrees?
No, it is
No,
zero.
it's not. But we need to bring the wort that's inside of here down to about 75 degrees before we put the yeast in, don't we? What will happen to the yeast if we throw it in when it's 200 degrees? Will the yeast be happy and eating sugar to make alcohol? No, it will do this. It'll literally die on the ground to death. All right, come here. So come on, I need your help. Because what we're going to do is we're going to take this wort and we're going to drain it into this bucket, sanitized bucket of ice. And then we're going to see where the temperature is. So right now it still says 206 degrees. Are you ready? All right, I need you to turn that knob right there. There it goes. Watch it go, buddy. You're going to sanitize your hands now? He's a germ freak like his mother. It's already melting the ice. There we go. How'd we do in here? Oh yeah, we did it all. We got it all out of there. Okay, good. Gross. Cleaning that is going to be a nightmare. All right, one other thing I want to do is take an original gravity here. So I already got my hygrometer in there, and 10%, this 10% line right there is right about where we're sitting right now. I don't know if that'll even focus on that, which is fantastic because this recipe is supposed to put out a pretty potent beer. Fantastic. Now let's see what we're at for temperature. Oh, we're right at 75, buddy. Just at 75, almost probably 73, 74, somewhere in there. It's perfect.
Are we going to play more video games after this?
I would imagine we are going to play more video games after this. I need now our yeast, my boy, and then we need our instructions so that we make sure that we're doing it right. Where's the yeast? Here it is.
I want to
There it is.
put it in.
Well, first of all, smell that. Tell everybody what that smells like. What?
It smells like beer.
It smells wonderfully like beer, right? You're going to take that and very gently pour it in there.
It's watery.
All around. Go all around. There we go. You're such a nut job. Okay. Yeah, this is our one-way airlock. So, tell them, son, what this does. As the yeast eats the sugar, what does it make?
It makes carbon and alcohol.
That's right. And as that carbon starts to fill this thing up, what would eventually happen if the carbon couldn't escape? It would explode. That's exactly right. It would be a beer bomb. So this is a one-way airlock that
and
the
it
carbon
comes out.
Yeah, it comes out.
It's only one way out, but you can't get back.
It doesn't allow bacteria to get back in because this is also the perfect place for bacteria to grow, right? For bacteria or viruses or anything like that. That's why our yeast is going to be very happy inside of here. But yes, we want to make sure that our beer is.
And we need it clean because we can't have any germs.
No germs at all.
Like not even one.
Not even one germ. Okay.
Because
Well, now we've got it, right? Is everything hooked up and just right?
yeah.
All right, we're going to put this in with the other fermenter, with our secondary fermenter. Good job. Congratulations. So this is like the unfermented, unblended ingredients just kind of mixed in the bowl. This would be like if you took your eggs and your flour and your sugar and all that stuff and mixed it up into a bowl and didn't even stir it together to make the dough. That's basically what this is. Over the next couple of weeks, it's going to ferment and turn into beer. But right now, it's just like sweet, malty, hoppy water at this moment. Because nothing's really happened to it yet, but
It's not sweet. It's disgusting.
yeah, it's got this nice hoppy bitterness to it. Just tastes like sugar and water and hops, and it's not really very well blended. Do you want to try it? Are you sure? Drink it. Try it. Try it, son. Try it. Arlo, do you want to try it? See, Arlo likes it. Was that good, Arlo? Oh, Arlo wants more. He's like, "What's up, Dad? Come here. I'll have some more of that."
Like that.
Ellie, you gonna have some beer too? Ellie, have some wort. Is that tasty?
Oh, puppies.
We're getting there now. I'm certainly better at making beer than I am at actually putting it into the glass. That part is a little bit harder for me, but part of the reason I wanted to bring you guys inside this whole experience today, especially bringing Silas along for the ride, was because of something that someone asked me on Cigars Daily Live on Sunday. They said, Tim, it was in the after party, we were on Cigars Daily Plus. They said, Tim, say something that you would never say on YouTube. They asked Jim to do the same thing. And I don't remember what Jim said, but I remember what mine was. And truly, it's not something I wouldn't say on YouTube because it's against the community guidelines. At least I don't know if it is. If this is against the community guidelines, they'll take it down, and then I'll get a strike or whatever you get on the channel as small as mine. But I said that one of the issues we're having right now, and this is so big to me, one of the issues we're having in our country right now is that we've got an entire generation of people who were raised by the system. And because of that, they'll believe whatever the system says right now. And there's not enough free thinkers out there. And here's what I mean by that. We have people who are buying into a lot of what the government is saying about social and political ideas. And some of those ideas are very dangerous. We've got young people who are trying to tell everybody that socialism is the way when it's clearly unbelievably dangerous. And if you had a free thought roaming around in your head, I think that that would become evident relatively quickly. We've got people who are believing in crazy economic plans and people who are buying into social structures and ideas about social structures backed by Marxism. It's madness and it's insanity at its greatest form. And I was talking with a cigar maker in Nicaragua about this, who made schools down there. And one of the questions I asked him about making the schools, I said, aren't you just giving away your family's bottom line by like building all these schools? And he told me about their problems with the government there. He said, Tim, we have to raise an entire generation of free thinkers, of self-thinking people, critical thinkers, if we're ever going to change the way of our country. And it made me think about America, because here, certainly the position we're in, we've gotten in because we outsourced our parenting. We expected schools to teach kids everything. We expected churches to make them religious. We expected social clubs and groups to teach them what they need to know about culture. And then when they turned out completely up, we were surprised and upset about it. Then people are talking about critical race theory in schools. We're like upset about that. And that was one of the things we brought about by just expecting the system to do too much. And so this is something that occurred to me, especially this last year. I was writing a letter to the Arizona Board of Education asking them why they don't teach in computer classes. Why don't you teach the actual reading and understanding of a user agreement or like the privacy statement? Why wouldn't you teach kids that? That's one of the biggest things in the world. And in the middle of this email, I realized I'm asking the school to do my job again. I should be doing all these things with my kids. And that's why I want Silas to know about brewing beer, because not only does it make wonderful, delicious, tasty beer. Oh, yes. Not only is the beer great, but at the same time, there are chemical compounds that change while you're actually creating beer. I love the way that when you do your all grain, that you convert starches into sugars. And then as you ferment, you're converting those sugars into alcohol and into carbon. There's a very cool scientific process that goes on with beer and anything else that you're going to make and ferment. I'm sure distilling is amazing too. This just happens to be the one I know. But I'm trying to expose Silas to as many different ideas as I can, and to my other kids as well. And they're a little bit older, so it's not as easy with them. But one of the things I got for Silas is these books, okay? I've been itching to tell you guys about these for a while. They're called the Tuttle Twins. And the author, Connor Boyack, this dude wrote these books for his kids to help them explain to them some of like the really critical pieces of life. Like they would ask him about his job, and he works in the legislative world. This first book here is about the law and what the law does and how the government was formed, and the fact that there can be good people and bad people in the government. There's so much good in these. There's one called the Creature of Jekyll Island that talks about how the government and the banks got together and formed the Federal Reserve to control and manipulate inflation. Like there's just so much incredible stuff in these books. And my son, my 8-year-old son, is being exposed now to ideas that I wasn't exposed about some of them until I read these books. I'm in my mid-30s. Like there's stuff in there that I'm learning all kinds of crazy goodness about. And so for me, there's a huge deal. I truly believe that we've gotten ourselves into a mess as a country. I also believe that the only way out is for us to like take responsibility for our own lives and fight against that insanity that's crept its way in. If the last year and a half has taught me anything, it's how dangerous an idea can be. And that's a lot of what we're dealing with. And I'm not talking about all of the stuff with the, what's going on health-wise around the world. What I'm talking about is the social, political issues that have been happening by and large in America. Really, really, really dangerous and crazy ideologies that people are buying hook, line, and sinker. So it's tanking businesses, it's tanking churches, it's tanking families, it's tanking all kinds of stuff right now, because that's what this new ideology seeks to do. And so I'll ask you guys to drop a comment down below about whatever you want, about the ideology, about any of that kind of stuff. I want to have this conversation with you guys there. Normally, I know you guys look to me and I talk to you guys about cigars. If you don't want to hear about this from me, just don't leave a comment, and then I will know that I should just talk about cigars more. But this stuff is on my mind all the time, so I wanted to share it with you. And for the love of God, I wish you were here so I could share a cigar and an amazing beer with you as well. But put a comment down below. At least we can have the conversation there. Thank you all so much for watching. This is Tim signing off for the vlog. I'll see you guys in the comments.